Welcome everyone to another episode of the Definitive Crusade. The football season, regular season is now over. Congrats if your team made the playoffs. For me, we didn't. For my friend Josh, they certainly didn't. And for Freyja, she doesn't care one way or the other.
No,
And
not
of
at all.
course, not at all. And this episode sees the welcome return of a crusader from the past. Tracy, welcome back.
I'm home, boys and girls.
There you go.
I had
Check it.
chills.
There we go. At last, we've got some more Irish Anglo to balance out this American stuff. Yeah. That's right. I went there. Right. Okay. Before we get into the books and to celebrate Tracy's return, my wife picked me up this. Don't know if you can see that. This is a Batman trivia quiz.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought that looked like the credit card that Clooney Bat used. Never leave the cave without it.
Yeah.
So for this round, you get choice 2. We're going to run through some questions, see how good your bat knowledge is. You can have an apprentice question for 1 point. If you do that, you're a big wuss. Because, come on, you should guys know this. And then you get the Dark Knight for 2 points. All right. We're going to go first to 5 wins. Josh, what do you want, 1 or 2?
Let's go 2.
Who was the first criminal to accidentally find the Batcave? Right, that's a pass. Freyja, do you know?
Who accidentally found the Batcave?
Yeah.
Does Jason Todd count as a criminal?
No, he does not. How very dare you?
Okay.
I like the jab at Matthew. Feeling under the weather.
Oh, it starts already. Excellent. I forgot Tracy was a Todd Meister.
I'm a friend.
Oh, we got 2 Jason Todd fans.
If I'd remembered that.
I'll just I'm gonna just go ahead and throw out freaking Hugh
Hugh Hefner?
No, Hugo.
No, Hugo Strange. No.
Yeah.
Tracy. This rate will go first to 3.
God, this works. This is worse than Jeopardy. Shit.
Yeah.
It is worse than Jeopardy. The first one would be Scarecrow.
No, Wolf Brando. There you go. Freyja, 1 or 2?
2.
Which classic Pulp Fiction character did Batman meet on 2 occasions? If you would like it, I'll give you a clue with this one. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men?
Oh, the Shadow.
The Shadow knows.
The Shadow knows. I love the Shadow.
Yeah, me too. Tracy.
2, obviously.
How did Bruce Wayne convince his great uncle Silas that he wasn't just a rich idler?
With a really heartfelt conversation and some
That's
booze.
right. Good call. No, Josh.
I'm going to have to use the bat pass on this one.
All right, okay, Freyja, to leap into the lead.
Can you repeat the question, Uncle Cyrus?
Silas, how did Bruce Wayne convince his great uncle Silas that he wasn't just a rich idler?
He learned Pono.
No, he told me it was Batman. There you go.
Okay.
It's that simple. Oh my
That's
God. That's what I was
gosh.
going to say.
Josh, 2 points.
No, I want to wuss out and I want 1.
All right. Bruce Wayne's net worth is in the millions, billions, trillions, or even higher.
Billions, millions.
Yeah,
Is
well
so
done.
last century.
Yeah, 1 point. Freyja,
Yeah.
2 points. 2?
Yes. 2.
Really? Who helped convince the US government to abandon a devastated Gotham City? That's a hard one.
Who? Okay. Katie Kane?
No. Tracy?
Lex Luthor.
No. Josh?
I want to say Lucius Fox, but that.
No. Nicholas Scratch. Well done. Tracy?
2. I either know it or I don't.
Which criminal scientist successfully captured and unmasked Batman to learn his true identity? And Freyja mentioned him about 2 minutes ago.
Hey, stop helping.
Oh no. You put me on the spot now, and I know you said it. Now I'm drawing a blank. I hate you, Silas. No, that's his uncle.
Josh.
Scarecrow.
Freyja.
It's strange. Hugo
Ray!
Strange.
Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just
Freyja,
like.
Freyja, how's it
She
feel?
mentioned. Oh yeah.
Freyja, what's it feel like to know that nobody listened to what you said there? That must
Oh,
hurt.
it's another day
She
in
said
my life.
Scarecrow
No, I didn't. I
In
said
in the back
Strange.
cave one. I
I
don't want to
said
hear
Scarecrow.
it.
I said Strange.
Josh, you're on 1 point. Freyja's got 4. Tracy is bringing up the rear. Josh,
Let's go 2.
I'm sorry.
what legendary hero is the inspiration for Robin's superhero codename?
Robin Hood.
Well done. 3 points. You're on.
Good job.
Freyja, to win the game. 1 or 2.
Let's just do 1. I only need 5, right?
Yeah, right. Robin once belonged to what group of superhero sidekicks?
Teen Titans?
Yay! Also, Josh's favorite comic book. Way well.
Oh, something in your eye, Josh.
Yeah,
honestly, some of these questions are absolutely brick hard. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe how hard they were. But no.
Yeah, it makes my Jeopardy look easy.
Well, you want to talk about the hard Jeopardy? You should go and check out the Old Timers comic book show. 13th Crusader put on a show. I got my ass handed.
Did
to
he
me.
do math again, or who did math before?
I did math.
Well, yeah.
I did Green Lantern sector maths, didn't I?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, bless.
I remember always being at the end, like when I like that you were only doing Jeopardy, and it was so hard when it had to be
It's gotten
you
worse.
or yeah, oh god, no, it was awful.
Yeah.
You mean a really popular game that everybody loves? Yes.
It
Yeah.
made me feel like my knowledge was so bad that I shouldn't be on the show.
Well,
That's how it used to make me feel.
No.
I'll tell you a
No.
funny story about Jeopardy when we first started doing Jeopardy way back when. My only goal was not to come last. I was like, I cannot come last. Yeah, and that's my goal when I play poker. I must not be out first.
Oh.
I won once or twice. I think the very first time I won it, I was so excited that I went down after doing the podcast and told my parents, who then were so happy for me, that we went and got a Chinese to celebrate. That's how much they knew. And I was like,
Chase.
I'm after winning Jeopardy.
Oh man, I tell you what, that's a great prize. We should do that all the time if you win Jeopardy. Okay, cool. All right, so
what, Johnny? If you win, you get cheesecake.
oh, fishnets. All right, see? Nothing's changed. All right, okay. So book time. So we've got 4 books to look at. We're going to go with Tracy's choice because Tracy has been here for a while, so throw her in at the deep end. This is Swamp Thing Green Hell Book 1, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Doug Monk. I'll probably say his name wrong. David Barron's on colours, and letters by Steve Wands. It's great that we're looking at this because, remind me, I don't think we've looked at a Swamp Thing book since Future State. So
Really?
yeah,
No, I don't think so.
yeah, no, but only you likes the green mucky mess. Sorry.
Hi,
So, Tracy.
the mucky muck. It all fits in.
Take it away.
Oh man, Jeff
What's-
Lemire is one of my favorite people to look at his work, and it's like mwah, when I seen him doing this like well, it's not that far in the future, but it's post-apocalyptic. It's got
Dum dum dum.
dum dum dum. We got beautiful orange skies because of the chemicals we've been putting in the planet. The seas are rising and overtaking the world, and people are fighting against each other.
Wait, wasn't that Waterworld?
It's kind of Waterworld-ish, but we've got the
It's less water, a little less.
we've got the parliaments coming in, starting to cause problems. You know what I mean? They're talking to all this going, there's not enough decomposing shit. Sorry, I swore a little bit. There's not enough decomposing stuff, and then there's these factions of people fighting each other because they are. And then there's this strange man living in a lighthouse that all the children are scared of, and we're not allowed to talk about. I I love how the illustrations are done. They're quite raw in places, and I found that very enticing in relation to the story that was being put forward. It's the standard good versus evil. The people are coming, and I'm going to save the town hero, and then the big surprise that the crazy old guy that's in the background is actually somebody we know. He's actually somebody I love. And
Jason Todd.
It's somebody a little bit older than Jason Todd. And in this bit, he's even older because it's taken part in the future. So we're all waiting to see who it is. And it's my favorite boy, John. I'm sorry, spoiler.
Oh, John Constantine.
But it's an old John, and he's still got it, and he's still talking the same. And because the parliaments are getting involved, these people are trying to create absolute mayhem. Not people, but these entities are causing mayhem. So who are you gonna call to fight them? Swamp Thing. I loved it, and I can't wait to read the next one.
Is it a traditional story of good versus bad, or is it more of a the world's gone to a hell basket? Let's try and make the most of it. Because both fractions of humans are right in what they're doing, and the parliaments are right for what they're doing. There's no traditional bad guy in this. Apocalyptic futures always make me laugh because there's always somebody when there's no resources driving a boat, driving a car. How the hell did you manage to fuel it up? I have no idea. Well, there you go.
You can do it on moonshine. Like, I don't know if you've ever watched Mythbusters, but it's a thing that's real because they've tried it.
Yeah.
It is very much that there is no right or wrong. What the aggressive side supposedly who want to fight and take back their land, and they're just, it's because of the hardship they've done. And then there's this man trying to protect his village and bring children so that they can have a childhood in this world that's not. And then we have the parliaments who are going, look, these crazy people have destroyed our planet, and look what they did. So let's just get rid of them. And and everything will rot and then grow back again, and it'll be better. And it's great. It's a great introduction to where it's going. I cannot wait to see the next issue and move forward with it, because it was an interesting thing in the time we're in.
Okay, cool, excellent, good call, good review. Freyja, what did you think of Swamp Thing Green Hell?
So I actually enjoyed it. Well, I enjoyed some of the other Swamp Thing books too, even the Future State one. I didn't even say I liked it. It very much is refreshing because it's not like the standard superhero comics that you get. If you want something different, it's nice to have that. Plus, Constantine's always a good time. I like him. And I'm with Tracy. I'm looking forward to the next issue. The art is it's Swamp Thingy art, so I can't really rip on it because that's just kind of the style they go with. So
good shout.
Yeah, so I'm going to be nice this time.
If anyone
this book, because Tracy's back, I'm going to be nice to her book.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Freyja.
And I'm nice because I didn't make anybody read Harley Quinn, so
Yeah, luckily I didn't read that.
I did. Thank you very much. But we won't talk about it because I'm angry.
All right. So, Josh, it's a Black Label book. So this is a kind of change of pace. This is the kind of thing we'd expect from Vertigo. Yep. Do you feel that Black Label is doing itself proud with a Swamp Thing book rather than just yet another Bat book?
I definitely agree that Swamp Thing deserves to be a Black Label book. When Tracy first told us that Swamp Thing was her pick, my first thought was, oh God.
Oh. Well, enough, that's exactly what he texted me. He was like,
and then I read the book and I was like, okay, definitely not what I expected. I thoroughly enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the artwork. It has that indie feel, which we've seen is more prevalent in Black Label books. It
Great.
has that dark, gritty feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just take a moment to appreciate this glorious
Gore.
Yeah.
page?
Yeah,
I mean,
that.
it is
Yeah.
gory, and I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm sold.
Swamp Spider.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if Venom took over Swamp Thing and this is what we get.
Yeah.
I'm on board. It's
Okay.
dark, it's gory, it's still very elemental, which is very Swamp Thingy.
Uh-huh.
No, great read. I'm also excited to read more.
Okay. Cool. Good shout.
So great job, Tracy.
Yeah, good pick. I like this book. It's an interesting book to read. I love the fact there is no true bad guy. The parliaments are doing what they want to do for the betterment of the planet. As Tracy said, the aggressors are trying to make a life of the house they see fit, and then you've got the idealistic guy trying to maintain the old school life. John Constantine, I absolutely thought was a revelation in this book, mainly because I didn't expect him. When I hear Lighthouse, I expect and loads of water. I expected Aquaman. I'm not going to lie.
That would have been funny.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, old fishhook there. But I like the animosity still, because back in Justice League Dark Days, Swamp Thing and Constantine do not get on, and it was good to see that carried on through into this book. Did I find the Scorched Earth storyline a little bit cliche? Yeah, I did, but I can see how it's relevant for now because of everything that was going on in the world and stuff. I do find it a little bit odd, a little bit serendipitous in that you've got two opposing parliaments or three coming together to solve the Earth problem. And if you go and watch the Young Justice cartoon, the Lords of Chaos and the Lords of Order have done exactly the same thing to solve their problem. And you're like, is it just timing? Is it poor timing? I think it is. You know, I agree with Tracy that Jeff Lemire's work is pretty much, I'm going to say 90% of the time, bang on, perfect for me. And I'm not a huge, I suppose, Virgo stroke Black Label fan. But no, good choice. I was really impressed with it. Absolutely. The colours, I will say the colours by David Byron are fantastic. I love the Parliament scenes. And Doug Mank's art. For those that remember Doug Mank, he was on Justice League for a while, Batman and Robin for a while. This is the best work he's done ever.
I agree. I really enjoyed the muting of the tones as you, especially, and in the Parliament scenes when the crow and the bud,
and the rots are there as well. It was just a well observed. It was great.
Well, and there was a lot of contrast as far as you're able to look at a panel and know what's going on. Where in previous Swamp Thing books, everything is the same, either texture, or color, or shade, and it all gets blended in together. So
everything's green.
Nice contrast.
Oh, green.
Oh my gosh!
That's why she picked it. Irish. What am I talking about? All right. All right. So, got away with that while she was drinking. Woohoo! Right. Okay. So next up is a book that our colleague Matthew absolutely loves to bits. When we did the last show, he wanted to talk about this book so much, and we kind of cut him short on it. So, Matthew, this one's for you, buddy. Hope you're feeling well. We're talking about DC versus Vampires #3. Written by James Tynion IV with Matthew Rosenberg, who you may remember if you're a fan of Migraine, had that short run on Uncanny X-Men before Hickman came and changed the whole X world for good. Art and colours are by, man, he should have a Black Canary book, Otto Schmidt, and letters about Tom Napolitano, and I'm not going to make a joke about his ice cream name again. All right. What can I say? Well, I'll start off this one because Matthew's not here. I reviewed this for Crusaders, so if you want to go and check out the review, it's on comiccrusaders.shop. Put the title in the search bar, or put me in the search bar, and boom, this review will come up. I will say right now that I love this book. It's fun, it's cheesy, it works on so many levels. Satana's in fishnets, looking great Victorian. there's a Wonder Woman scene and a Green Lantern scene that just absolutely evokes why vampires are super sexy. All right, this is like sexy vampires, none of this Twilight rubbish. All right, nobody sparkles. All right,
Jeez.
and for me, it's a rollicking fun read. It absolutely, and you've got all the characters doing what the characters do. You've got Batman being moody, you've got Robin being obnoxious. You know, it just works for me. I think it's such a good, fun book. There you go. Batgirl looks great, even if she's in an anti-continuity costume, but what the heck, right? Who'd I go? Josh. We'll go with Josh next because we went Freyja last time.
I love this book. It was such a fun read, just as you had said. The art, I was actually okay with it. I was very happy with just the style that they went with it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the vampires looked awesome. And as I was reading the book, and we see Zatanna here.
Wit, woo, hubba, hubba.
Holy hell. But
Wow,
that wasn't even my favorite panel, seeing the
okay.
fishnets. It was the dark, her eyes go red. I mean, damn. That's the best way I could describe the book. And then obviously the scene between Wonder Woman and Green Lantern I thought was fantastic. I'm not going to spoil that because you really need to go pick up this book and read it. And you won't be disappointed.
Okay. So Otto Schmidt is as I say, a bit of an acquired taste. I think we saw his work back on the Green Arrow book a while back. And of course we saw him on Future State Catwoman, which, if memory serves, I also loved to high heaven. Freyja, what do you think? DC Vamps? Was there enough bite in there for you?
Jeez.
God.
Okay. Well, after that terrible dad joke.
Hey, man.
So I like the story, but I like the first issue too. And I mean, I did like the style they chose for Zatanna. That's my preferred style for her. Maybe it's just because I like my female characters to look attractive to me, because
It's fair shout.
I mean, I read comics and play video games to not look at normal looking people. So it's, I mean, if I wanted to look at normal to like ugly people, I'd go outside. But I don't.
I'm glad you went there. I'm glad you went there. If you said if I wanted to talk to ugly people, I'd be on this podcast, then I'm going to be in trouble. Yes, Missy, let me in trouble.
No, I know. So I like the Zatanna, the vampire look. I don't like when they're all pretty when they vamp out. So I really like that style. However, I did have issues with some of the art. Mostly Robin, because what just freaking happened to his jawline, because when he's talking to Black Canary, and they were like over Penguin's body. I think he's dead. Yeah, his jaw just all of a sudden like lengthens like freaking was Stretch Armstrong, that huge massive jaw situation. I was like, it bothered me. Yeah, right there. And also her face while they're fighting gets some weird situations happening. It's just faces, man. They just irritate me. But yeah, other than like my little nitpicks with like everyone's face morphing, I liked it. I liked the little part with Dick Grayson and Batgirl flirting with each other.
Yeah.
In front of Ratcatcher, he's like, seriously? Why are you doing this in front of me?
Get a room.
Well, they do. We all know that. They go to like the Lamplight, whatever hotel. So like,
It's a thing.
it's continuity, They go to a hotel. It's canon, yeah. So it's just, I liked it. Like you said, though, the art's kind of, it's an acquired taste, and I guess I'm just kind of borderline on it.
Right,
the story's interesting. I wonder how many Justice League members are going to turn into vampires before they figure this stuff out, because we all know that Superman's not the brightest. So
there is that. there is that.
Yes.
So
well,
if
he's
you-
called the Man of Steel, not the Man of Brains.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Batman's
most
got
smart.
that department. So
So if you're on Twitter, you will know that Otto Schmidt tweets and sends out and shares loads and loads of pictures of different things. He's got a huge following for his Catwoman, and a huge following for his Black Canary. Tracy, what's it like seeing him take on the whole DC universe? Is it a win for you, or
I
should he stick?
liked it. I
Okay.
liked it. I did. I hadn't read the first two because when I heard about this series, I was like, no.
Me too.
I'm not doing it. It's just going to be stupid.
Uh-huh.
And then I opened up this issue and I'm looking at it, and it's got very much American Vampire style stylations on the
Okay.
vampire faces. So you know the Scott Snyder.
Raphael Albuquerque.
I love him. Oh my god. Anyway,
I've interviewed Raphael on Outside the Panels. What a good guy.
Mhm.
Good guy.
if it happens again, please, because I was able to be there for Scott. Now I would love to be there because I would just have so many questions. But anyway, back to the book. I digress. I thought the idea of it is so ridiculous, and then you're in it, and you're like you are taken in, and yeah, some of the art is a bit crazy, and some of it is like really bad backgrounds and like people with no faces, but because of the storyline behind it, it's fantastic. The minute I seen Zatanna, I got very happy, and then I was like, oh my god, why didn't Johnny pick this book? This was his thing, like, you know what I mean? This is exact, like, I'm sure you're going to print that out and put it on your wall.
For the record, as much as I do love this, look at Zatanna, I haven't picked up this book mainly because my local comic book shop doesn't have issue 2. Like I have issue 1 or issue 3, and they haven't got issue 2. So I've kind of resigned myself. I'm just going to wait until the trade comes out, I think. So,
yeah, I'd probably be the same now. I think I'll get the trade when it comes out. I am looking forward to the next one. Like you said, I wonder how many members they will turn, and if there will be an inevitable end of turning people back by killing the main big vampire, if they're going to go down that route. Because you never know with vampire comics what way they're going to let you know. I mean, as you said, thank God they're not sparkly.
Yeah.
There are no vampires in Twilight.
That's not real. It's not real. Okay, we know this is not a real thing. They're fairies. They weren't vampires. There's a difference. But I think that I do look forward to the next one. And like even in these couple of panels that we have on the screen now, I loved Penguin. Like, look at him. Look at his little feet underneath his little belly. It's just brilliant.
I feel like the design of this penguin really stems from the original sketch that Tim Burton did.
Tim Burton sketch. I was thinking about original Batman movie. I was like, this is Danny DeVito's like in cartoon. It just is.
So did you have Danny DeVito's voice in your head when you were reading the Penguin's lines? Because I did.
I kind of do always.
Okay. Well, I switched between Danny DeVito and Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
It's always Burgess.
Yeah, Burgess.
Always Burgess.
Hey, old guy.
Yeah.
Throttle down there, Nitro.
Always Burgess. All right, cool. Excellent. So I think DC versus Vampires is a book that we're going to keep an eye on. Matthew's missed this episode. I'm sure he'll want to come back and do issue 4 down the line. And if that's the case, you can't do it, Matthew, because you missed this show. Sorry, mate. You know the rules. Tracy gets the honor of picking Matthew's book for next episode.
Oh, and I'm going to be missing that because I'm out of town.
And then Josh is missing that episode. So Freyja, you get to pick Josh's when he comes back.
Oh,
that's how it works. And whilst that all
I hope
sinks
there's a Scooby-Doo thing coming out soon.
Don't pick that. You love Scooby-Doo. All right.
Oh man,
Gross. All right. So whilst we can digest who's getting what and who's I've done up like a kipper, time for one of our fantastic ads. Josh, take it away, sir. Your choice. Dealer's choice.
Here we go.
There you go. Check out Christ in the Toyverse by our friend Bobo. Doesn't just hang out with toys from DC or Migraine. It's across any platform. So movies are in there, turtles are in there, a whole range of different things. You never know. Get in contact with the show. You can get hold of them. Sure, like have a look at the figures and toys that you guys like. There you go. All good and good. All right. Next up in our rotunda of comic book is Freyja's choice. So if you would like to leave and come back in 5 minutes time, that's fine. Or
Yep.
just 5 minutes forward because this is going to I'm joking. I'm joking. Of course, it's Freyja, so it's Aquaman, The Becoming.
Woo!
6. I have to say, nobody's read any of these, so here we go. Written by Brandon Thomas, with art by Scott Koblish, inks by Wade von Dorbadger. What a great surname. Colours by Adriano Lucas. Letters are by Andy World Design, whose work is starting to seep in the DC. So if you are a flip-sider, you will recognise Andy World from all the work that's been on indie books, dominantly some Dynamite books. There you go. So, quick question, Freyja.
Yes.
What on earth did you pick this pile of?
Because I wanted to talk about something other than Batman.
All right, okay, fine.
There
Yeah.
were plenty of other. Oh.
And I wanted to torture you guys. You should know this by now.
Hold on, hold on a
I
second.
needed to be into the right place.
Yes. Sorry, I've got the professor on the line. Yes, Professor. What? She wants to look something other than Batman. So you want her on Marvel show? Right. I'll see if I can get that started. Yeah.
You don't want me on that. I'll torture them too.
Oh no! I would love to see you on that show. Okay, for everyone who's watching this on YouTube, leave a comment. Let us know that you want Freyja on an episode of the No Price Podcast. We'll get in touch with the audio guy. I'm sure he will make it happen.
Just as a guest star, because we love Freyja. We joke,
Yeah.
but we absolutely love her.
Yeah.
Freyja's place is with us on TJ. As a guest star, yeah. All right, back to Aquaman.
Aqualad. So this is one of those never judge a book by its cover situations because the cover's awesome and its story's shit.
Yes.
So
Preach, girl, preach.
That's what you said.
yeah. So the cover's great. Like Aqualad, Aquaboy. If anyway, this story, man. I had high hopes, man. Nothing. They just can't seem to get anything Aquaman related to work. I don't know. Well, they did for a little bit, and then they just,
Yeah, Stephen Siege left, and then they were stuck with her.
Yeah, I
That's a
just,
while ago.
when I read a superhero story, I don't want to have family drama like the entire time.
Isn't that every Bat book we read?
No,
but I get Freyja's point on this. Freyja's
Yeah, no.
point is bang on. Aquaman is it's all about family. If it's not Aquaman and his brother, it's Aquaman and Mera. If it's not them, it's Aqualad and Black Manta and oh man,
it's like watching a bad preachy soap opera, and it just never goes anywhere because at least soap operas are amusing.
Maybe they should change the title to Aquaman: Days of Our Swim.
Days underwater.
The swim of our lives.
Swim of our lives.
I hate to tell you, that would still be a straight to DVD series.
Yeah.
And that's where it belongs.
I don't know. I think HBO Max are calling me right now to say they want a pilot. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, it's just because I was like, okay, well, when are we gonna get to what's going on? And it was just all like, it was just so stupid. And I don't even know where to start with this book because they started off and they're going to Exibol, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's where Mira's from, right? So like,
Oh,
and then they just started. It's just.
I wish I could help you out, Freyja, but
It's just so frustrating. I can't even put it into words because I'm trying to also like tiptoe around certain things, and I'm just like.
It's like any road trip you've ever been on with your sibling.
Yeah.
Backseat.
I would like to help you out with
Don't
this.
touch me, type of thing.
But I'm going to tell you something.
I'm not touching you.
Oh God.
Stop hitting yourself.
I would like to give you more information on this book, but unfortunately, I checked out, and I'll tell you where I did.
Yeah.
Josh, if you want to jump onto page 7 for me, please. Stop there. Back one. Page 7 is this bottom right panel here. Check her out, man. She's underwater. She's crying.
Oh yeah, I
What?
checked out too. Like,
And that's when I checked out. That's where I went.
Well, we must kind of think similar because my brain shut off right here too. But because it was
That's
a
the thing
weird.
that made you shut off.
Well, I was trying my best. Like, I was really trying. I was confused about what the crap just happened because it's like a road trip and they stopped at some random place. Because she's like, oh, and then all of a sudden she's crying. Like, they're in the thing, and I thought, oh, they're gonna fly. Nope, they're out of it, and she's crying. I'm like, what is going on? And then it goes into this whole like, it's a protest thing.
Semi-action scene.
Well, it's a protest thing, and I'm like, well, then I'm okay. I don't know how difficult it is to move when you live underwater, but and you swim everywhere anyway. Like, is it really that hard to go somewhere else? Like, can't you go onto land too? Land is an option. I mean, I know it sucks, but if they're stealing your children like you say they are, maybe just go somewhere.
Do something about it.
I mean, I was like, once again, you guys swim everywhere. You're literally underwater. It's not like, oh, it's hard to get from one place. No, you swim. You swim everywhere. Like, that's your mean. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to read politics in my books. And then they're like inserting politics again. And I wanted to escape. I hate this. And then he's super whiny the entire time. Like, how am I supposed to like this Aquaman if he just whines and bitches about everything and like, oh, my family sucks. You're blah, blah, blah. Like, oh my gosh, get over it. Okay, let's not have family drama crap again. I don't want to read a freaking soap opera.
So basically, what we're saying is, moving forward, that Freyja is not allowed to pick her own books.
No, I guess not.
I'm joking. Like, did anybody else read this book to help Freyja out?
I read the entirety of it.
Really?
Yeah, I read till the end. It's my first thing back. I had to make sure it was like there.
Yeah.
It was so like Freyja said, from start first panel to last panel, it is a family argument, and it's these people going, tell them what you did, Mammy, tell them what you did. What did you do, Mammy? Tell them. And then he's going, stop talking to my Mammy like that, like proper little Mammy's voice. Stop talking, don't you dare talk to my Mammy. And then he finds out what Mammy did, and he's like, Mammy, how could you? I'm going. And he walks off. Dude. I'm really sorry, but the art isn't that good.
No.
So
there's like so many bad panels, and I'm sorry, because there is. And like his hair, like look at his hair in that bottom panel. Like look at it.
They look like those they're treats. Freyja, you may know what I'm talking about. They come in the round can. It's almost like a crunchy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wafer.
His hair looks like a rolled up wafer.
Yeah, he does. But like, can someone also explain to me how he went deaf from an explosion underwater?
What?
No.
Just cause.
Just cause.
Just
we
cause.
made it for the plot.
Because he's not Batman. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh my!
He spent too much time on land, and it made him weak. That's what they're gonna say.
It annoys me the most is I really like the Calder character in Young Justice. I think the Calder character is really good. And you will read this, and it's supposed to be based on Calder. And you're like, oh, man, this just does not work. Josh, did you look at this book at all?
Oh, an awkward disappointment? Yeah, unfortunately I did.
Anything to add?
I'm sorry, but how does a bat boat, because let's be honest, that looks like a bat boat, not a Black Manta boat. It's a bat boat. How does it go vroom underwater? Wouldn't it be more like... No, this...
I don't know how you spell that.
The same reason why they need... Why do they need it in the first place? They swim. They're
yeah.
Atlantean people. They swim. They're fish. It's like
Well,
putting a fish
to be
in a
fair,
boat.
I'm going to
Like
stick up
it's-
for this. I'm going to stick up for this because I've had this argument with my wife. She
Hmm.
just says to me, "Why does Wonder Woman fly?" I was like, "Yeah, she flies." So what's she need an invisible jet for? And I'm like, "Yeah, but Barry runs everywhere. He has a car. It's exactly the same thing."
Well,
We
Barry has
walk
a
everywhere.
car because when Barry's not being Flash, he has to be like a normal person and it drive him nuts because he's like, I can run so much faster than this.
Yeah.
Well, that bat sub vrooms on blah, 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 faster than they can swim. So yeah, hang on. Right,
Well,
One
enough.
thing
So,
I,
look, I guess
I have one positive thing to say.
What?
This front
Only two
cover,
issues to go.
this front cover is like a picture from Dungeons and Dragons, and that makes me happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that dragon
Yeah.
never
That's the
appears in
only
the damn thing.
So
Not
It's
real.
the
Freyja summed it up best. She said, "You know that saying of don't judge a book by its cover. This is that one of those moments.
Mhm.
But you're always told don't run into a storm. Well, it says storm of secrets. We should have run the other way.
Yeah.
Run.
Good shout. All right, okay. Thank God, Freyja.
Yeah, I do what I can for everyone, for the
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
for our viewers, because
Appreciate it.
otherwise,
It would
would
only
be
be
so-
Batman books that we'd
it would
read.
only be Batman books.
This
That's
is a
why I'm
DC show, not a migraine show. Let's get the migraines to the migraine.
I'm getting a migraine.
Yes.
Right, last up is Josh's choice. It's the newest book of the batch. I think we looked at one of these issues earlier, a different show. So it's Dark Knights of Steel number 3. This is number 3 of 12. It's written by Tom. I haven't found an alternative world that I don't like writing about. Taylor. Art by Yasmin Pachuri. Colors by Arif Prianto. And letters by Wes Abbott. Right, Josh. Take it away, sir.
This is just a nice change of pace from a traditional Justice League book.
Okay.
It takes place in such a medieval scene that honestly it was just nice to mix up. I like Batman's armor. I really like all the redesigned costumes of all the characters, even Harley. Supergirl, I thought was badass in this. We even got so the Metal Men make an appearance in this, and I was actually okay with them in this, which is saying something considering how much I do not like the Metal Men.
The Metal Men confused me a bit in this a little bit, because if you go to I think it's the next page where they're fighting Kara, or Zara, I should say, that looks to me, that bottom panel looks to me as if they've chopped off her head.
Yes.
And, and yet, I was a little bit confused by that panel. But
but the whole
it
thing,
is what it is.
But the whole thing, they're going, well, Zara, whatever, can't do this. Zara can't do that. That's not Zara. Why would Zara do that? She's not capable of doing something like that. So I'm kind of expecting like this weird like bait and switch where it's not actually her, it's somebody else who can shapeshift or something.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Ooh.
Or mind control.
To be honest, this alternative universe I was okay with.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the read. I thought the artwork was really great. And it was a nice change of pace from the usual.
The artwork is super pretty, definitely. Gorgeous all the way through. Tracy, Knights of the Round. You're a Dungeons and Dragons fiend, if I remember correctly.
I am indeed.
Because it's been a while, I have to remember these things. Does this meet your Dungeons and Dragons quest like mind?
No.
You need to. I was gonna say you need to roll a d20 for your answer.
Last time I rolled a d20, she wasn't pleased with me. Not Tracy.
It's a great book. It really is. It's a great book. For what it is. the whole adventure thing and being in this other world that's kind of medieval, it's kind of Game of Thrones, it's kind of, you know, that kind of vibe to it. And like, you know, the I do agree that the Batman outfit is great, but then all of a sudden these panels
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, then,
Don't go
right,
too far and spoil this.
Nope.
whatever.
I'm stopping right here.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
after that, it just gets more OTT. But then I don't mind OTT, you know me. Constantine was great in it. John was a very smart ass mofo as usual, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, it's an odd book, but I'd say it has got great reach. I'd say an awful lot of the audience will enjoy it.
Good shout. That's a good shout.
I think I just need to reread the, you know.
I mean, you're only 3 issues in, so it's not a lot of
Yeah.
catching up to do. So that's a good thing.
Not really.
That's a good show. Freyja,
Yeah.
what do you think of this? I mean, there's lots of different alternative versions of heroes, different outfits, different looks.
So this reminded me of a piece of artwork I saw a while ago, except there's no Catwoman. So someone did a piece of art where it was the Dark Knight and he was like medieval knight outfit and everything. It looked really awesome. So I was always kind of like partial to that sort of thing. I liked it a lot. I like the redesign of everyone. I like the story so far. As you can tell, I'm kind of invested. I'm expecting a bait and switch, or you know, like someone's actually not who they say they are, you know, sort of situation. However, I don't know, and he's Jefferson's Black Lightning, right? Because I don't follow him very much.
Yep.
He has got to be, sorry, once again, guys, I'm not purposely doing this, but he has got to be the stupidest freaking person in this book. Because he's having a conversation with whatever, Diana's mom. I can never say her name. Hippolyta. And she's like, oh, you killed Superman, right? He's like, well, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and you didn't think his family was going to retaliate for you killing Superman, the ruler of their kingdom? He's like, but you know, you know, peace and blah blah. I'm like, you literally assassinated somebody, and then they came over and killed your son. That's called retaliation, you moron. That's what happens. You make a stupid decision and it affects your family. Good job.
What's even more moronic is he comes to the mascara and wants to get off the second boat.
Yeah.
That's why he's not allowed off the boat. Like,
I was like, you are a pompous douchebag. So when he died, I was like, good. This guy's a freaking cause of all these problems. You know, if he had just minded his own business and left them alone, like, you know, he's like, well, I was trying to stop them. Well, good luck. Good job. You just escalated it and had it happen faster. And it killed your family. Good job. Good job.
Woo!
You know, good job. Yeah. I'm like, of course Kara's going to be running around killing everyone. You assassinated her cousin first. So good job.
Yeah.
Freaking moron.
So
you have some feelings there, honey.
Yeah.
Let that out.
I'm invested in this book. I like it a lot.
A book I picked that she likes. Yay!
Yeah, just remember that, Freyja, when you have to pick for his when he's not here.
Well, he should. Well, I'll see how I feel.
You get all sassy there, Josh. That's good. So Tom Taylor, he's renowned in the DC universe for telling alternative Earth, alternative DC universe stories. He wrote the Injustice books. He wrote Deceased. He wrote Earth 2 after James Robinson left the book. All right. So if you're going to have Knights of the Round Table meet the DC universe, Tom Taylor's got to be the guy. And I agree with Freyja that I think there could be some bait and switch somewhere along the line. This book, I think it's an acquired taste as much as the Otto Schmidt book is, because it is so different from what you would expect from a DC book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You pick it up and you expect, like, you know, the usual house style. This is completely different. This is as different to DC books is as DC versus Vampires is, as pretty much as Swamp Thing is. So you kind of got to think to yourself, you've got to get submerged in this world. You've got to buy into it. You've got to find a character that you really like. And at this stage, I think 3 issues in, I don't think that really comes to the fore that there's one particular character. The Zara Zor-El character is the one that you probably root for the most, the Supergirl, Power Girl type character. Other than that, everyone is pretty much as you'd expect them to be. There are enough. There are little snippets in there of other things, like, you know, Batman has his Robins all over the place and stuff like that, and it's interesting to see how much world building is being done in the smaller panels, not just the big action scenes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like world building. So, you know, Tom Taylor's taking the idea that, you know what, we're intelligent people, we're going to be able to follow along as it happens, rather than spend issue upon issue telling us this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this, and then I'm going to change it all. You know, we're kind of living it as we're seeing it.
That's what good storytelling is about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This, because of the type of book this is, it is like people are going to go into it like it's a graphic, no matter what, and then they'll want more because of the thing that's in it. And I think the way the style of writing is, and how the setups, as you said, the smaller panels are the ones that are the more interesting, rather than those big pages. And I think that's where it works.
So then here's a quick question for everybody. Should this book be a Black Label book?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think they could do a lot more with Black Label, but I think it would be fine not as well. But I think it would be more Game of Thronesy if it was a Black Label. I would appreciate that.
I think I'd be down for that too.
I think the issue you got if you make it a Black Label book is the fact that people expect a certain level of horror stroke maturity to things, and there is a level of barbarism in this book, to say the least, but there is still lots of fun elements in there. Still, I think it's a little bit too superheroic to be a Black Label, but it's not. I don't think it's.
I don't think so. I think because it teeters that line, it will appeal to both types of reader. You know, the standard mainstream, and then the people who are more into, like me, who are more into the kind of offshots and unusual books. And I think if it did migrate to the Black Label, that they could do slightly more gore, but they're still going to keep that story, and the good versus evil is always going to be there. But I think they would have more leg room to move with the story and expand it and expand that universe with a bit more freedom.
Yeah, kind of like that. What was it called? We had one that was essentially a D&D adventure. Crap, what was it called? It had no superheroes in it. It was just its own thing. What was it called? But yeah, they were on a quest. Don't you guys remember that?
No.
We reviewed it once. It was a Black Label book. Crap, how long ago? It was a while ago. And it had like a previously a page, like a previously in this issue, you know. Crap.
Yeah.
It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look it up, but I know we did one. You know, it had like the barbarian, and they all had like, you know, their
and then send it on to me because I obviously haven't had it.
Yeah, and then there was like, oh crap, I don't remember, but yeah, like people who listen to us will probably know it was a while ago.
Yeah, so
we go through so many books, but I remember it's a Black Label book.
I'm all just about the Critical Role books in my head right now, so I don't even know.
So for everybody that wonders what Freyja's talking about, you need to go back and check all our other episodes, and
every single one,
and then you'll be able to find out what we're talking about. I'm just having a quick look on Google to see what I can find, see if there's anything on there.
Was it? Yeah, was it the
was
last?
It the Last God?
I think it was the Last God. Yeah.
Yeah, Last God. There you go.
Yeah.
Last God.
Because I was looking it up too. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. How cool are we to do that at the same time? There you go, Last God. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So Last God I think Last God is pretty much as vertigo as you could get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're missing those, that's terrible.
Send it to me. Point me in that direction because I would.
She needs it.
Go buy it. All right. Okay. There you go.
Send me the link of what it is, and then I'll go buy it.
So there you go. That's the end of Tracy's return show. Tracy, how's it feel to be back in the saddle?
Oh, I missed you guys so much. It's so nice. It's just like being home.
There you go. Just like being.
Aw.
That's nice. All right. Don't forget to check out the UCPN for all your favorite shows, including Joshua.
Oh, we've got the Jank Think Tank, All Things Magic the Gathering, where Matthew and I talk about deck techs, combos, card reviews, gameplay, all the nerdy shit that you want to swing and smack someone in the face for.
Don't you be looking at me like that when you say that. That's great. Yeah, I see you. All right, okay, and of course, don't forget the Old Timers Comic Book Show, where the hosts aren't old, but the comics most certainly are. And of course, if you check out the UCPN, go check out the previous shows. There you'll find these two on K-Pop Cosmo.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
We need to get back into that because that was so much fun.
There's so much drama going on in that.
Oh my God,
right
there's
now.
so much drama going on right now. And people fainting on the.
There's a lot going on.
I think we need a K-pop Cosmos special. Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
like an infomercial.
Like
all right. Okay. So keep it UCPN. Keep it the Definitive Crusade. I'm your host, Johnny the Machine Hughes. As always, adios.
Bye.